Well, the sun is now long set, but still a little bit of daylight that we were hanging on to. And after it was a gorgeous day today, we are now beginning to turn cooler, and you will start to feel it over the next few hours. We're going to drop back into the low 40s as we scroll into tomorrow morning. Eventually, we're going to end up a little bit closer to the low and mid 30s. It will turn out to be a fairly damp and gloomy day for tomorrow. Still hanging on to 49 in Toledo. Matching that number in Finland. It was back-to-back days across the southern half of our viewing area. We felt some big-time warmth, and there it goes. Even the 40s now moving east of I-75. So what did we actually reach today for the daytime high? And if you thought it felt like 60 or warmer, yeah, it was back-to-back days that we reached into the 60s down toward Findlay. Bowling Green was 63 today. Toledo did reach 61 degrees, falling just a couple degrees short of a record high. Now, it may have felt like spring, but really in the middle of January still. One thing you'll notice this time of the year, though, is the extended amount of daylight that's beginning to show up. Let's turn it over to meteorologist John Birchfield. John, I don't know what it is. It's just something that maybe kind of helps uplift the mood this time of the year to have more daylight, doesn't it?
Sure does cheer you up, Chris, and this is a surefire sign of the spring season to come. You can already notice those evenings getting a little bit longer than they were just a couple of weeks ago. Our sunset time is now at 5:16 p.m., and in the darkest days of winter time, it is at 5:03. Think of how much time we have gained. Now, the sunrises will start getting earlier. By the end of the month, we'll be at 7:47, and by the end of January, sunset time is going to be closer to 6 o'clock, something to look forward to as January unfolds. Now, another interesting piece of January trivia is the fact that on today's date, we are actually closest to the sun. That is called perihelion. Now, that may surprise you. You think, well, January, how are we close to the sun when it's so cold outside? It has to do with the rays of the sun, the angle that they strike the earth. In July, we are actually further away from the sun than we are in January, and July is the point that we are furthest from the sun. So to recap, January 4th, Earth is closest to the sun, and that is called perihelion. In July, Earth is furthest from the sun, and that is known as aphelion. So how far are we? Well, quite a distance, 91 million miles away. However, in July, we're about 95 million miles away. And again, the biggest determiner of the weather and the seasons has to do with the sun angle, not so much how far we are away. But those later sunsets, Chris, definitely a sign of the spring season to come. Although today's weather, very short-lived. We are going to cool down in that 10-day forecast, right?
John, you may tell me 91 million miles. I was just happy to see the sun for today. First time this year in 2023.
I know it feels like it's 91 million miles away every day because it's the cloudiest time of the year as well, but good to get that sunshine even though it doesn't always last long.
And I do remember, John, Meteorology 101, learning that interesting fact that we're actually closest to the sun in the middle of January.
Yeah, it's counterintuitive but interesting.
Very interesting. Appreciate that update, John, and we are going to be turning much cooler, as John said, late in the week. Highs fall back into the upper 30s. And we can actually pinpoint not only the cooler weather, but the wet and the potential, wet weather and the potential we could see a few snowflakes into the area for tomorrow morning. That rain snow mix, it would be very spotty or light first thing in the morning. Better chance it's going to be right around midday and into the afternoon as we get a rain snow mix, and it will be a very gloomy day. Evening snow chances will become a little more likely as we go after dark, so after 5 o'clock. I expect a little, if any, of this to accumulate, but you get the picture. We're going to be back to some wet and cooler conditions. Best chance to sneak out the door if it's getting the kids to school with dry conditions first thing Thursday. By about midday, that's when we set rain snow mix back into the area, and it will stay cloudy and gloomy, on and off rain showers and a few wet snowflakes through the afternoon. And we'll stay cloudy Friday, some flurries early in the day, upper 30s. Saturday looking dry, upper 30s. Sunday will be our better chance. We get a few light rain and snow showers. We'll stay right around the upper 30s through the weekend and into early next week. One day, Tuesday, could be close to 40. But overall, we don't have any big time cold showing up as we get into the middle of January. Historically, based on climatology, the coldest time of the year, and nothing's showing that way at this point for now.
I was going to finish your sentence. I thought you were going to say the coldest time of year is behind us.
No, not quite yet. We still think this winter is going to make that turn like it did last year in a similar La Nina pattern. We'll get a couple good weeks of winter, but again, each day we get a little closer to the eventual start.
It just dawned on me today, and while you were talking right there, the sun was like the train that could today. It kept saying, I think I can, I think I can, I think I can. And it got through for a little bit.
It got through all 91 million miles away. That sun felt really good, even though it was out for just a few hours.
Little vitamin D. Thanks, Chris.